You've got a lot of money coming off the books this year. You're probably operating with more financial flexibility and freedom than maybe you've ever had before as a lead baseball decision maker. What's the opportunity in that, and then what's the challenge in that as well?
Yeah, we've got financial flexibility. It means that pretty much the entirety of the player universe is potentially accessible to us. That's an enormous opportunity. I envision us taking advantage of that opportunity and being aggressive in certain spaces. We also have to recognize that we want to set up our organizational pattern so that we can invest in free agency, invest where we think we need to complement the club on an annual basis. So you're right. We have a lot of money coming off the books. I would expect us to spend some of that, a good portion of that, to complement our team, to improve our team heading into next year. We're also not going to do anything that hamstrings us in future years and prevents us from continually adding, supplementing to our core group.
Do you have to keep in mind any of the luxury tax threshold numbers in your mind, whether it's the first one, whether it's the one that prevents your draft pick from moving back or anything like that?
I think, look, they all matter, right? Like they're yes. So the answer is yes. I keep them all in my mind. They all come with different penalties, financial draft pick compensation, potentially international market spending capability. So yes, all of that is on my mind and will play a part in how aggressive we are in certain spaces.
David, last offseason, it seemed like based on your comments at winter meetings and at other places, it seemed like there was just that one big shot at a major free agent of long-term contract or significant money. Do you anticipate this market playing out differently in that regard for you?
I don't know. I think it's too early to determine exactly where we're going to take our shots. And so we'll continue to evaluate that plan and that path as we move through the offseason.
Your track record, both here and in Milwaukee, you've never really signed pitchers to long-term deals. How much of that was maybe just financial limitations in Milwaukee, and what is your appetite for doing that if warranted?
In all of these different segments of the player universe, there are no hard and fast rules for me. I really do think we have to take each individual decision, looking at the individual player, to determine whether we think a long-term investment is warranted, is wise, is the best interest of the organization. If we look at the history of long-term investments in pitchers, it is not overwhelmingly a rosy picture, but there are pitchers who have gone into their mid or late 30s and pitched very well. And so if we think we can identify that, then there could be exceptions.
And then just regarding the CBT, is there any realistic world in which you could or would go under it completely, reset it this year, or just given the nature of your roster, do you kind of have to assume you'll be in one of those deals?
At this point in the offseason, I don't think it's fair for me to speculate on anything. I would expect us to be active in free agency. I would expect us to go out and try to improve this team. Where ultimately our payroll lands, at this point, I really can't say.